Oh shit, here we go again.
Oh boy, here we go again indeed. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Caboose bringing you another video, and today what we're going to be talking about is some more rumors about this Marvel game, which may actually be a Marvel versus DC game. I have no idea what's going on. Before we get into everything, I wanted to ask you guys, of course, if at any point you enjoy the video, if you could consider leaving a like rating on it, it would show your support, and I would really appreciate it. So if you enjoy the video at any point, leaving a like rating would be awesome. And also, if you're new here and you've been liking the content going up on my channel, whether it's Injustice 2 videos, some reaction videos, or even content like this where I'm speculating about this Marvel game from NetherRealm or potentially a Marvel versus DC game, I don't know. If you've been enjoying the content, well then hit that subscribe button and as well the notification bell so then you're immediately notified when a video goes live. And with all that being said, let's get into this. Okay, so to give you guys a bit of a refresher, or for some of you who don't even know, to catch you up, there's been some rumors that NetherRealm Studios, the guys behind the Mortal Kombat and Injustice games, are working on a potential Marvel fighting game. This comes from Daniel Richmond, or as some people may know him on Twitter, Daniel RPK, who is a bit hit or miss in terms of his scoops. Sometimes he gets it right, sometimes he doesn't. And a lot of people are thinking that this potentially is true, considering there is a lot backing it, and there's quite a bit of evidence from Ed Boon himself, who has gone on the record saying he's talked to Marvel about a fighting game, and has plenty of times in the past teased that NetherRealm wants to do something Marvel related. And before we talk about today's specific news and the tweet that I'm going to be talking about, just know this is heavy speculation, not just from me, but from literally everyone. Because yes, Ed Boon in the past has put out tweets that have legitimately teased projects that NetherRealm is working on, but he's also put out plenty of tweets that's just him trolling. So here's what he did. He quote tweeted James Gunn, who is the director of the Guardians of the Galaxy films and also the director of the upcoming Suicide Squad movie, and James Gunn was tweeting about the release date for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which came a part of this Marvel video that was released yesterday that announced a bunch of Phase 4 films. And in response to the tweet from James Gunn, Ed Boon says this: "Wow, @James Gunn has managed to work on DC and Marvel movies. That's impressive." And then he used that thinking emoji, that, you know, the little thinking guy, and the internet just collectively lost it. They went into a frenzy. Everyone now thinks it's confirmed. A Marvel versus DC game is happening. Oh my God, it's confirmed. Now, while I'd usually want to reel it back and tell people to chill, there's also some additional evidence. You see, if you go over to Ed Boon's likes on Twitter, you'll see that that night he ended up liking 2 tweets in particular that are related to this Marvel game that's been rumored. Firstly, he likes a tweet from somebody that said, "Honestly, Ed, I'm a huge fan of the Injustice games, but a Marvel version would be really cool in the future." And then secondly, in response to the tweet that he put out replying to James Gunn, he liked a tweet from Maximilian Dude that said, "Yes, it is for sure very impressive, almost impossible." And then the little thinking, you know, the guy, the thinking emoji. So once again, all of this stuff is starting to pile up and people are really speculating heavy here. Does this confirm that either that Marvel game that was rumored is actually in development? Or maybe, to go even a step further, does this potentially hint towards a Marvel versus DC game? I'm gonna go ahead and say no, it doesn't. If anything, this may just be Ed Boon stating a literal fact that James Gunn has made both Marvel movies and now is going to be making a DC movie. I think I understand why everyone sees this as a potential tease, but to be honest, I am looking at this as more of one of those tweets that Ed Boon puts out where he's just messing with the community. Does that mean that the rumored Marvel game from NetherRealm Studios isn't happening? No, I'm not saying that. But also, I think people are speculating a little too heavily here. I'll even blame myself on that one, because when I saw the tweet initially, it made me stop and think for a second. But honestly, a Marvel versus DC game is just massive. This would be literally, and pun intended, a game changer. It would be the deal to end all deals between these 2 giant companies, these 2 giant corporations partnering up for one of the craziest, most ambitious crossovers of all time. And I just don't see it happening. Call me pessimistic, but honestly, this for me feels like a complete dream that will never come true. That being said, I'd love to be proven wrong. If a Marvel vs. DC game gets announced within the next year or even at E3, then hell yeah, I'll be excited. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up, and I would suggest that you don't either, because then you set an expectation, and if nothing ends up happening, people get angry for something that they expected that may not have even been realistic in the first place. Only time will tell, and to be honest, I think it's going to be quite a bit of time until we see what NetherRealm is working on next, so let's not hold our breath in anticipation. And with that said, I now want to kick it to you guys, and let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Do you think that this tweet from Ed Boon and the things that he's liked on Twitter potentially hint at this rumored Marvel game, or maybe even a Marvel vs. DC game? Or do you agree with me in that this is most likely Ed Boon just kind of trolling, or maybe even just stating a fact? I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below, and also let's just operate under a hypothetical. Let's say this Marvel vs. DC game is happening. What characters would you like to see show up in that game? Sound off in the comments, and of course, if you enjoyed today's video, if you could consider leaving a like rating on it, it would show your support, and I would really appreciate it. I'm Caboose, and you can click on screen to make your way to one of the other videos on the channel, or you can click my logo to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Those links are in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys later.